Well, we've highlighted many things this Black History Month, and today we are switching to a topic regarding Black maternal health. Now, Grace Jenkins is a doula and labor and delivery nurse. She is dedicated to providing a non-medical guidance and support to pregnant women and their families. She's here to discuss a little bit further about Black maternal health. Grace, what you see out there in your workforce. But first, thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
She's also my sorority sister, so, okay. Z5 to all the pretty kitties out there. So let's get into let's get into it, Grace. So what are some pivotal issues that Black women are facing regarding maternal health, pregnancy, and even postpartum?
So mainly like maternal morbidity and like just losing moms after delivery, during delivery, lack of prenatal care, basically access to prenatal care, mental health, that's a big problem. And that really comes to also lack of access to care, because if we don't have anything to really like treat that mental health problem, like therapy and things like that, then you have socioeconomic status and kind of like environment where you live and certain things like in the environment that is, you know, affecting pregnancy.
Yeah,
stuff
the factors
like that.
to it. That was the next question I had is, why are we seeing these things? So you say where you live, what sometimes even what you eat, what's in the environment, stuff like that. And so are we seeing any of these issues in any women within a particular age range?
I think it kind of varies all the way across just teenage to I would say about 40 years old, like our geriatric age. But teen pregnancies, I'd say the big problem there is lack of support, lack of education. I feel like in our community we don't do a good job of like supporting our young moms when they get pregnant. It's a lot of shame, it's a lot of disappointment, but it's like in moments like that, they just need that support. And I think it kind of trickles down from there, because then that affects their mental health, and then it affects how they're taking care of themselves. They feel like if nobody else is caring about me, why should I care about myself? You know, that's things like that. But then our older women just being scared and afraid. You have so many people telling them like, you know, you're too old to do this. And I've seen 40-plus-year-olds come out and spit a baby out in no time. So I definitely say it's a mental thing. You know, if you are positive in your mindset and if you are kind of on the right track there, everything else will follow.
What are we lacking, Grace? What are we lacking, and how can we combat that? As a doula, you've been a doula since 2021. What can we do as a community, as women, as doctors? Like, how can we come together to fix what we're lacking?
Well, I would say, for one, education. I think that's a big thing. Even just as a mom, if you're a new mom, if you are a second-time mom, third-time mom, educating yourself, but also advocating for yourself. That's a big thing too. Making sure you are talking to your healthcare team and having a broad healthcare team too. So if you want to have a OB, if you want to have a midwife and a doula, that's fine. Just someone, you know, more than one person to bounce those ideas off of, and getting a second opinion. I think that's good too. Other than that, I think those are it.
What is the difference between an OB and a doula for people who don't know?
So an OB, they're medically trained basically, so they're doctors, and then a doula, we're not necessarily medically trained. We're just there to support emotionally, physically, mentally, things like that. Sometimes spiritually also, if that's what you're into. But also, me as a labor and delivery nurse, what I like doing both is that I'm able to see the medical side of it and, you know, the, I guess, non-traditional side of things. So
now you're always readily available for people who need to ask questions and need your services. Where can we find you, and do you have anything coming up in the future?
So I have a Facebook group. It's called Hands of Grace LLC Doula Services, and I just have the Facebook group. And I think on the 7th, March 7th, I'll be having a meet and greet over Doula. And then in the future, hopefully some more in-person things.
Awesome, that's coming up. That's next week. Exciting. Exciting, guys.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.